Today I will convince you of the extensive problems associated with judgment and cruelty around the world, the lack of confidence people with the hair disorder alopecia deal with on a daily, how the Locks of Love Foundation is helping to satisfy this need, how our community will be greatly impacted if their mission continues to grow, and how you could play a role in helping to achieve their goals. So is hair really that important? I mean, out of all the problems going on in the world right now, hair seems like the least problematic of them all, right? Hair plays a huge role in our everyday lives, especially when it comes to fancy dinners, job interviews, dates, and the list just goes on. Now, according to my class survey, 95% of the class strongly agrees that hair is really important, whether you're male or female. So imagine living a life where you're unable to do your hair or grow your hair for that matter. And unfortunately, this is the case for many people around the world. In an article written by Locks of Love, the majority of the patients suffer from alopecia. It is an autoimmune disease that causes the hair follicles to shut down. It affects 5.2 million people in the United States alone. Although Locks of Love is doing everything they can to help satisfy this need by making wigs, they are facing problems with people donating their hair. The main problem being the scandal that happened several years back. Another issue being the judgment and cruelty around the world, but we will get to these later. What is important is to know how the Locks of Love Foundation is helping to satisfy this need and what you can do to help. Our world is faced with extensive problems associated with cruelty and judgment as previously stated. For instance, from observation, there have been many times when there is a person out in public with no hair, specifically a child or a teen, and they get a lot of stares. They get a lot of people giving them dirty looks, or there are even some instances where the people are whispering behind their backs. Now imagine how this would make you feel. Imagine being a person everybody is staring at and there is nothing you could do about it. Unfortunately, there are people out here in the world that deal with this all the time, and it is not okay for the community. And you could really see how it changes their self-esteem, and you could really see how it makes them nervous, and it's not really cool to see. On the TV show The Voice, in an episode aired on April 27, 2020, there is a competitor by the name of Cedrice, and she told a story on how when she was young she was diagnosed with alopecia and how it really changed her life. She went on to state how she was bullied when she was younger and how she dealt with depression, which brings me to how people with hair loss feel about their situation. Depression, nervousness, bullying, lack of self-confidence, and even lack of happiness are a few of the many problems that they deal with. Now, one of the biggest problems that Locks of Love has dealt with in the past is the scandal that happened several years back. In an article, Locks of Love, $6 million unaccounted for each year, written by Quora on May 13, 2013, Locks of Love is supposed to make approximately 2,080 hair pieces each year, but they only accounted for 317 natural hair pieces being made. In other words, 104,000 hair pieces donated divided by the 317 hair pieces equals 328 hair donations accepted to produce in 1 wig. So these numbers weren't adding up. Locks of Love Foundation went on to state that they don't account for their hair donations. They don't log in their hair donations as well as unusable hair that is sold. And the problem slowly went away as the years went on. Lastly, a problem that people with cancer or alopecia deal with on a daily is low self-esteem and the lack of happiness. Now, this is because when they go out, they really feel the people staring at them as previously stated, and it makes them feel uncomfortable, and their self-esteem really gets low, and their happiness just isn't there all the time. But there are many ways that we can help this situation and help them to get their confidence and happiness back. Now that you're familiar with the problems going on in the world right now, here is how Locks of Love is helping to solve these issues and what you can do to help. Locks of Love Foundation makes wigs for people with alopecia or cancer, or basically just people with a hair disorder in general that is hard for them to grow hair. The foundation has helped out so many people, and here's how you can be a part of the wonderful foundation. You can help change a person's life by donating 6 to 10 inches of your hair. All you have to do is put your hair in a chongo, braid it, and cut the amount you want. And that is it. Something as simple as that can help to satisfy another person's need and helping happiness back into their life. The only thing you must know is that your hair can be permed or colored, but it cannot be bleached. If you don't have any of those problems with your hair, then you could donate whenever you want. Now here's how the world would be impacted if the people start donating their hair to this foundation. The person donating their hair will feel happy knowing they're helping make a child's life better. The person that their hair is getting donated to can get their happiness back, and they could do things with their hair they would have never been able to do before, like curl it, braid it, straighten it, anything they want. And they could go out in public feeling confident again. It really is a win-win situation for everybody involved. Now visualize what it would be like if this foundation didn't get donations. People with alopecia and cancer would still have to go every day, being insecure and unhappy and dealing with stares from strangers. People with these problems would still get bullied, and some of them would still deal with depression. And all in all, you'd still see kids and teens unhappy because of something as simple as hair that can be fixed. So there would still be many unhappy people. So in conclusion, hair plays a huge role in a person's life because it can help bring confidence and happiness back into a person's life. Unfortunately, not everybody has the ability to grow their hair naturally, but you can help this by donating 6 to 10 inches of your hair. And the Locks Love Foundation really gives the kids the hope that they need, and the hair that they can use to do things with. Even though there were some problems in the past with this foundation, they are booming more and more each year with your help. So, with your help, you can help bring happiness into a child's life and self-confidence back by just donating 6 to 10 inches.